some stormy days, but it's gonna get better. Said it's gonna get better.
Oh damn, it's been a long time. YouTube, what's happening? Thank you for coming back to another 978 Customs video. And right now we got the Iron Spiders, Mary Jane and Peter Parker. And I like them both. It took me a little bit to make them both, but they both have an identical design. Just hers is more suited towards a female suit. And they are pretty identical. I like them both though, to be honest. I felt like you couldn't make one without the other, so my goal was to make the Mary Jane. And after that, I decided to make the Iron Spider, because I wanted another one on that Sunfire body, because it was perfect. I have the tentacles for Mary Jane. I don't have any for Peter yet. I'm thinking about investing in some shapewear legs. I have this thing that I'm working on myself, but let's get into the heads first, just to show the differences. They're both Spider UK heads. The right one is the female. You can see that I gotta repaint it right there. That's fine, it's easy fix. But this is the female head, and this is the male head. And the differences are the shape in the eyes and the jawline. I shaved down the jawline on the female a little bit just to give her a more sleek face, and gave her bigger eyes, like longer, sleeker eyes. It's hard to really tell, but I sculpted both the eyes on both of them. And these are two Spider UK heads. Shaved down the eyes, sculpted over them, and then shaved down the jaw for the female. And that is pretty much both Iron Spider heads. Now let's move on to the figures themselves. Starting off with Mary Jane and the Mary Jane head. I think this looks amazing. I don't know why. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but even though the logo isn't sculpted, I like the way it looks. It pops out enough, and so I was happy with the way it turned out. Now, if you guys want to make this, it is pretty simple. All you need is an Ashley Barton body and the Mary Jane head, and the UK head if you want the helmet. But that's pretty much it. It's a simple, it's not simple because doing even lines on the chest is pretty intricate and it's pretty tough. But it is simple if you know how to do it. And here's Mary Jane from the 2-pack compared to the Iron Spider Mary Jane. And you can see that they both kind of look the same. They look like they're on a similar body. And here is Peter Parker, just to put him in the background. Now the two Mary Janes appear to be on the same body, although they're not. You can see Mary Jane has jeans and this one does not. So that's why I couldn't use the Mary Jane body. And by the way, I didn't even paint the Mary Jane head. That's factory painted. But I do like the Iron Spiders both standing next to each other. They seem like a nice duo. In fact, I would prefer a pair like this rather than the 2-pack they gave us. Any one of the 2-packs they gave us. I'm not a fan of any of the 2-packs they gave us, honestly. But that's neither here or there. Let me show you these tentacles that I have. I took these off, I don't remember, a little toy my son had. It was an Iron Spider toy. And they look precisely the right size, and I mean for a female anyway. They don't articulate, so that's a bummer, but they do look good on the female figure size wise anyway. Now I bumped into an issue. It's either I drill some holes in her back to attach these tentacles or add a piece of sculpt to attach the tentacles, but her hair gets in the way, and so it's a problem, and so I haven't really figured it out yet. That's another reason why I haven't even shown you this video, is because I didn't really want to show them without their tentacles. And so I feel weird. I feel like they're 90% done. But I think I'm gonna get the shape waist for the big spider, for Iron Spider, for Peter Parker anyway, and attach these to Mary Jane. I don't know. I'm sure Hasbro's gonna release an Iron Spider one day, so everyone be patient. I believe they will. He's too popular of a character. But you can see here that the ankles are painted pretty much the same, just Peter Parker goes a little higher than hers does, and all the gold is painted, nothing sculpted, except the eyes on these heads. Again, hers are a little longer than his, just to give her more of a female sleek look. But let's pop the head on Peter, and let's see how he looks with it. This is a Havoc. No, not a Havoc. I always say Havoc. This is a Sunfire body from the new X-Men, well, the previous X-Men wave. And it was all basically already red. I mean, I did go over it with my coating, but it was basically all red, so you're free from any paint rub, pretty much. It's possible to probably rub a little gold, but I doubt it. I think I prepared it fair enough. Whoa! My apologies. But yep, the head does fit pretty well with this body. I think they should have even put UK on his body. I would have been happy with it. I understand it's probably a little small, but I love this body, honestly. It's probably my favorite Hasbro buck as of right now. But you know, both heads do fit. This is the one that actually belongs to Peter Parker. So this is the male head sculpt, and the one I had on a minute ago was the female head sculpt. I should have told you. But if you had both figures, both head sculpts fit, so it doesn't matter which one you choose, but the sleeker one looks better with the female. And now for the articulation. You guys know how your basic Marvel Legends work. They have about 32 points. Head, neck, arms, shoulders, butterfly joints, knees, ankles. I'm going to show you the parts that have a lot of paint so you can see that there's really no rubbing in it. Ankle should be good for all posability. You can still get that ankle pivot and get those dynamic poses. So everything is pretty legit with this guy. Shoulders are pretty cool, but there is no peg hole in the back, so I haven't figured out the right approach to take to attach tentacles. But you can see the ab crunch works pretty good. And I wish that I had something to attach tentacles with, honestly. I just feel like it's plain without those arms on the back. Although they look pretty good, and I didn't want to use the Spider-Man Classics one because those are kind of flimsy. These are really sturdy, but they just won't articulate. And I think they're a little small for the male figure. So I saved them for her until otherwise. And I don't know if I should just drill some holes in the back here and then maybe just pop this in, or add some sculpt and then pop those into the sculpt. But again, I personally think they're just a little small. And so I'm brainstorming. I'm looking on eBay on which legs to buy, some bendy wires, some mechanical legs. I don't know. The best things I saw was shapeways, but shapeways don't look like the Iron Spider legs. Moving on, here's Peter Parker's head. See if I can get a better view for you guys. Sorry for the shaky cam. I think it's painted pretty well. I got a friend of mine, shout out to Jimmy Allison. He cast a bunch of heads. He sold me a few heads for a good price. And those who are asking about the bombastic Bagman head, go check out Jimmy Allison. Check out my Instagram, im978customs.com, and look up. And hit me up there, and I'll link you up to Jimmy. But the head does fit. I had to drill it out just a little bit. It did fit. I'm kind of new at face painting. I'm not the greatest at face painting, but I think with this figure and this head, it did come out okay. I'm not mad at it at all. There is shading in the hair, but it's hard to really tell. So let me give you a better look. It's a little light brown parts in certain areas. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it is there. And there is a little bit of shading in his face as well. I didn't want to overdo it. I didn't want to chalk up the face with the flesh tone. Mary Jane, I can't get over how cool she looks in this outfit. It looks comic accurate. I kind of wish it was a little sculpted, but my paint is a lot better than my sculpt work, to be honest. I'm improving on that. But here's the head. Her head does pop on. I didn't paint the inside of it. And it does fit. It kind of looks a little big. She kind of looks like an ant. But it does look good at certain angles. So let me try to get her in a cool pose. Her elbows do bend and they will not rub. So in the end, I am very happy with both of these customs. Again, if you really want to make them, all you need is an Ashley Barton Spider-Girl, a Mary Jane head, and some tentacles, and a UK head if you want the helmet again. And the same thing with this guy. If you want an Iron Spider, just get yourself the new Sunfire and the UK head, and then paint. I'm going to do a tutorial, guys. I know I've been saying it for a long time. I just don't really have the space to set up. But I am going to do one at least, because I would like you guys to try and make your own figure. It's pretty easy. It's pretty fun. Just follow the steps. And if you guys are curious as to why I've been posting a lot of music lately, I've just been listening to myself for the last few days, maybe a week or two. Haven't heard it in a while. And I figured I'd put it on my page. In fact, this was a music page before it was a custom page. So if you guys don't like the music, I apologize. It sucks for you. But that's what I'm going to post. Because for me, it's like a diary. I can always come back to YouTube and check it out. And I do know that I get a lot more views with action figures than I do with music. In For me, it's kind of weird because I've made music for most of my life anyway. But art is art, and nonetheless, this is the Pounds 978 channel, so there will be music and there will be custom figures. And I do have a lot of customs to review, honestly. I haven't really had the time. If you want a sneak peek of what I got coming up this week and next week, here it is. So here are the symbiotes, the Life Foundation, Lasher. You guys saw Phage. You haven't seen Agony, and there's Riot. I'm working on Scream now, so be patient with me. We have an Assassin Spider-Man, another Last Stand, the Ultimate Spider-Man, Iron Spider we just showed now, Kane, Spider Island, Mary Jane, and Peter Parker. And then I want to review these 12 inches, to be honest. I like the 12-inch figures for some reason. So does my son. He won't let me even touch them. He's like obsessive. But as always, YouTube, if you like this video and you want to see more Spider-Man customs, feel free to like, share this video. Let me know what you think. Put your thoughts down below in the comment section. And as always, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, why don't you go to Pounds Music and push play and like it? Yeah!